What's up everyone, this is White Pointer, and in this video, I'm going to be diving into some video game history again to explain something that's often misunderstood, and that's what happened to Windows CE on Dreamcast. It was announced back in 1998 that Sega and Microsoft would be working together on the Dreamcast, with Microsoft providing a version of Windows CE to run on it. The reality was, that's not what actually occurred. So, what did happen? Windows CE, now known as Windows Embedded Compact, was a stripped down version of Windows first created by Microsoft in 1996 and was originally intended to be used in handheld computers, media players such as their Zune product line, and mobile phones. Microsoft worked alongside Sega for around 2 years to develop a version of Windows CE specifically for the Dreamcast. The original intention, at least, was for the system to run Windows CE, giving developers access to Windows-based development tools such as DirectX, in theory to make porting PC games easier. General Manager at Microsoft, Harel Kadesh, revealed the partnership in a press release in 1998. "We have worked very closely with Sega for nearly 2 years to optimize Windows CE to provide the services and level of performance necessary for exacting development requirements of video games. We are tremendously excited by the opportunities the Dreamcast system offers to traditional video game developers and the PC gaming community." In the same press release, Shoichiro Irimajiri, I hope I pronounced that right, president of Sega Enterprises, was optimistic about the alliance. Sega is excited to announce that Dreamcast is the first home entertainment system to be designed for use with Windows CE. We are confident that our collaboration with Microsoft will create an unequaled environment for developers that will lead to the greatest selection of high-quality game titles ever seen on a home video game system. It's a common belief that the Dreamcast did indeed run a version of Windows CE as a space operating system, and this was supported by the console even showing the Windows CE logo proudly on the front of it. The reality is, well, it didn't. In fact, the Dreamcast didn't really have an operating system at all, per se. It just had a basic menu interface built into the BIOS that allowed you to perform memory card operations, change some system settings such as language and mono stereo sound, play a music CD, or start a game. So what happened to Windows CE? Well, it was still there. Kind of. Instead of working as the primary operating system of the console itself, Windows CE was instead included on the game medium, so when the game started, it would boot and run a build of Windows CE off the actual GD-ROM disk. However, it wasn't the only option developers had. They also had the choice of using Sega's proprietary tools, so the game would boot using Sega software instead. Most games for the system preferred Sega's alternative, for one reason or another, possibly due to a lack of familiarity with Windows CE or Sega's toolset offering more functionality or better performance. Sega Rally 2, Worms Armageddon, Tomb Raider Chronicles, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Bust a Move 4, and Resident Evil 2 were some of the more high-profile games to be powered by Windows CE. But of the system's library of more than 600 official titles, less than 80 in total went with Microsoft's solution.
This is the day you have trained for, the day you have studied for. Utilize your superior skills, your superior intelligence.
Sit down, rodent!
Sarah, baby! Oh, you were one fly!
Don't make me hurt you.
Learn to defeat your ruthless enemy, Steve of Hackensack.
Brian, you're gonna get roofed.
Shut up, quadruped.
Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking.
Why Sega decided not to include Windows CE on the console as a standard operating system, as was originally intended, is a difficult question to answer, but it certainly left the press and public confused when the system launched without it anywhere in sight. Some sources claim it was because Microsoft was taking too long and it wasn't finished in time. 2 years is a long time to be adapting a pretty basic existing operating system for use on the console after all. Some of the more cynical believe that Microsoft actually used this time to learn whatever they could from Sega before launching into the home console market themselves with the Xbox in 2001. Indeed, many consider the original Xbox as the spiritual successor to the Dreamcast, and apparently, after the system's discontinuation, Sega chairman Isao Okawa approached Bill Gates about somehow building the ability to play Dreamcast games into the Xbox, but the request was declined. Following that, as the story goes, he donated almost $700 million of his stock to prevent Sega from going bankrupt. So there you go. Hopefully that quick rundown clears up some of the misconceptions surrounding the situation with Windows CE and the Dreamcast. It wasn't the standard operating system, but some games still used it. Is it what ultimately led to the creation of the Xbox? Who knows, but it's certainly a strong possibility. Do you have any requests for me to cover anything specific related to video game history? Drop me some comments with some suggestions below, and I'll do my best to cover anything that's interesting. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video too. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with my content. Thanks for watching!